Hey, Judith. So it looks like we're just about there. Good evening, everybody. It's Thursday night again. Can you believe it? And February is half over. Hope you all had a wonderful Valentine's Day. And we're headed into President's Day weekend. Anyone have some long weekend plans? Hey, Donna. Hi, Hillary. So glad you're here. So, this week, looks like we're all linked up. So I'll wait for some people to come in. Make sure you go ahead and say hi. Maybe tell us where you're watching from. We always like to know who's joining us and where you might be in this great country or across North America. Sometimes we have people from Canada. Anyway, we're so glad you're here. But I wanted to share, I got bit by the featherweight bug. Oh yes, yes, it is now me. Who out there loves their featherweight? I'd like to see who else has this terrible bug. I've been wanting one for a while and I've been hunting for them. Hey, Kim. And so I'm talking to Melody, one of my staff members, the other day, and we're making plans for a birthday week that's coming up the end of March. And she's telling me about this story where she got this really great deal on a featherweight at an estate sale, and that she's always hunting for them. So I was telling her, well, where do you hunt for them? And she was saying, oh, well, here and here. And so I hopped on Facebook Marketplace, and lo and behold, there was this very sweet little black featherweight. Looked to be in pretty good shape, and it was not that far from here. So I started messaging and this gal Penny, and we talked back and forth. And so last night I drove up to Mesa and bought myself a featherweight. Judith likes them, Donna likes them. Yeah, so I actually haven't even had a chance to look at it because it was 11 o'clock by the time I got home. It's about an hour and 40-minute drive up to Mesa, and then a little bit longer than that home because I live a little further east. And so I haven't even had a chance to look at it. So this morning, I go out to the car to get it out of the trunk and show it to the Sit and Sew group and say, look what I got, look what I got, only to find that my dear, sweet, adorable husband was being so thoughtful and put my featherweight in my sewing room at home. So I didn't get to share it today. Kathy, you have two. Awesome. Are they both black? Hey, Penny. So anyway, I now am the proud owner of a featherweight. I'm so excited to get to know it. Carl, for those of you who don't know, my better half, is a mechanical engineer. So I've told him he gets to learn how to service. He's over here giggling now. This beautiful mechanical invention of Singer that is just so awesome, right? I'm thinking with a master's degree in mechanical engineering, he should be able to figure out how to service a featherweight. What do you think? You all agree with me? So we're going to have some fun with that. Tonight's show is going to be short, sweet, and to the point. It has been one of those weeks. For those of you who have been in the shop this last week, you know we have debuted our third point of sale system since we opened the shop in 10 months. Isn't that exciting? Anyways, it's a really good system. It's going to do everything we need, but of course it's got a learning curve to it. So it's been a little bit busy this week. And so, oh, you have one from the early 40s? Oh, sweet, sweet. They're so fun. So I've been talking to everybody today about their featherweights. It's been way fun. So anyway, I'm going to learn all about it and have a lot of fun. And I got to stay off the sites because I'm realizing that I've got the bug bad. So one of my Sit and Sewers has the mint green, and I learned today that she got it for her 15th birthday. She's the original owner. I am so jealous. Anyway, such a beautiful machine. I love that mint green. Anyone have anything other than black? Or do y'all have black? Anybody have one of the pretty color ones? So anyway, I think most of the color ones are from the 60s, right? Anyway, for those of you who may be joining us for the first time, if you are on the app, your account is good to go. If you are on Facebook, you will need to type into the comments the word register. Type in the word register and then hit return so that it posts. just like this, register, okay? And then you'll get a message in your messenger that you need to confirm your account. Make sure you do that because that's the only way Facebook knows that you want to participate. So this is how you're controlling that. If you look over my head, you'll see a banner, and in that banner is a product, and it has a number associated with it. This is typically 100. Usually we're in order, but not always, so pay attention. The way you want to put that in your cart is type the word sold, S-O-L-D, then a space, and then the 3-digit number, 101, 100, 105, 107, whatever it may be. Okay, sold, a space, and then the 3-digit number. Make sure you hit return so that it posts that comment, and the system we use will read that and put it in your shopping cart. Now, I'm not sure how many hours I've got it set to check out. Ooh, it may only be a one. I forgot to check. Anyway, you've got at least an hour to check out your cart, okay?
That's if you're in Facebook, right?
Facebook. Now, on the app, it's super easy. The app's also a little faster. So just tap the picture, the item. It'll come up and ask you how many you want to put in your cart. Now, if you want multiples of something and you're on Facebook, you have to type in sold and the number multiple times. So if you want 2 or 3 of something, you type in sold space the number return, sold space the number return, okay? You see how that works? And post it 2 or 3 or whatever. The system will read that post as a unique item each time and put it in. All right. So then, just like any other online shopping experience, you go ahead and you go into your cart, which if you're on Facebook will be through Messenger. In the app, it's very obvious, and you'll close it out. You'll tell us whether or not you want to pick it up locally if you're here in Tucson within a reasonable driving distance of the shop. If you're not, it will ask you, make sure to prompt you for an address, and make sure we have as much contact information as we can in case we have any questions or concerns. And the system will charge you, there it is, find my little props here, $7.50 flat rate for anything we ship out, okay? So that's our shipping, $7.50 flat rate for anything we ship out and as an order. All right, all right. Any questions? So we're awfully happy you're here. And we are going to update our brown bag offerings. We've cut some new ones. We've also got some that were very popular back in stock. For those of you who aren't aware, the Brown Bag Mystery is sponsored by Karen Montgomery. She has designed the pattern. Only 60 shops or so around the country participate. We're fortunate enough to be one of them. We're one of 2 shops in the state of Arizona. And we have curated a group of fabrics that you purchase as a mystery bag. You can't see them. You'll just see one as a hint. That fabric is a hint fabric. Everything in the bag will coordinate with that fabric. So if you like that fabric, chances are you're going to like everything in the bag. Then starting in the middle of March, we will mail out, or if you live close to the shop, you can come pick up every 2 weeks the next piece of the mystery to put it together. So that's how you do it. We also have a Karen Hosts, an online Facebook page. Any of you in that page yet? I know a couple of you have bought bags from me. I recognize your names. If you've gotten in that Facebook page, if not, make sure you get in there. We're constantly updating that. So even if it takes a day or 2, know that I send that in.
Now the things that they need are not fabric, right? The hints?
No, the hints that you get are parts of the pattern. The fabric is all contained in the bag. You have all the fabric you need for the top, which is 54 by 68, I believe. Doesn't include optional borders, all right? Some people are putting borders on, others are not. Some people are waiting and putting a coordinating fabric of their own choice to make the quilt truly unique and one of a kind, which is what you're gonna see. We only do a few colorways of this. Now this one, this which I think is my first one. Yes, Cactus Garden has been very, very popular. And so we went ahead and made a few more of these just because I had people call and asking. So you want to hand me that bolt? I know it's hard to see what you're looking at when you see just this little 2-inch piece. So I pulled the bolt. This is the fabric. All right? Everything in the bag coordinates with this fabric. We've made sure to take the time to make sure this makes your piecing look fabulous. Okay? So this is called Cactus Garden. This is one of your hints. This will coordinate with the other fabrics in the bag. Okay? And they're labeled in there to go along with how we put them together.
That's the fabric on top.
Yep. And your bag, that's your hint. Okay? So that's sold 101. They're $109.99. And like I said, that includes the fabric for the top. It includes all the access into the Facebook group, the pattern that comes week by week, well, every 2 weeks, starting the middle of March on World Quilting Day, which is the middle of March. All right, everybody still out there? Everybody still hearing me? Sometimes I feel like I'm talking to myself, and I'm never sure if you guys are out there, so please tell me you can hear me. All right. So Cactus Garden is our first one. Our next one, which is sold 101, is it Leaves and Thistles?
Yeah.
Leaves and Thistle. So that's this bag. Let me show you the bolt so that you can see the fabric a little bit better. This is called Leaves and Thistle. And it, like I said, it's $109.99. It's sold 101. Sold 101. Okay, Judith says you can hear me. Oh, good. I was beginning to wonder if I was talking to Carl and no one else. So this is Leaves and Thistle. So there you can see a really good look at the fabric that is your clue to what is going to coordinate with in the bag. So mystery quilts are all about the mystery. All right, so that's Leaves and Thistle, sold 101. That's a new one. Here's another new one, Lemon Tree. Lemon Tree. This is the fabric. So here's the bag. Here's the bag, Lemon Tree. Here is a close-up look of the fabric. Okay, so you can see what we're going to be using to coordinate. This is sold 102, and it's Lemon Tree in the brown bag. And I was able to make one more of the Loud and Bold featuring this fabric. If you like Loud and Bold, oh, does this kit make it? Oh, there we go. Loud and Bold. We were able to get one more made before we ran out of the fabric. So sold 103. Now, if you are doing this, I will tell you that the pattern is typically has a lot of units made with half square triangles and quarter square triangles and combination type units. Karen will be using the Creative Grids 4590 ruler. We have gotten them in stock. We were out of them. We've gotten them in stock, so I've put them on tonight. Thanks, Donna. I thought they were pretty too. And this is sold 104, okay? We will continue to have these in stock. This is the ruler that Karen will be using. If you have a ruler that you really like or a method that you really like, feel free to go ahead and use that. But this is an option for you, okay? This is the Creative Grids 4590 ruler. So one of the things that I've been working on is, I know, you know, we all know that when we piece, we're supposed to use a scant 1/4 inch. I am the worst person in the world when it comes to sticking to my 1/4 inch. Part of it is I don't really care for the 1/4 inch foot that's on my machine right now. Well, when I got back from Symposium, I discovered that I had snapped it. When I was traveling, I must have bumped it, and I'd snapped the little bar and lost the foot. I went to sew and went, I have no foot. Anybody ever done that? It's like, where's my foot? So I was at a place where I was actually here at the shop, and I looked in my my little, you know, our little drawer, our little M&M drawer, and found an open-toed foot. And I'm like, okay, well, I can sew with an open-toed foot. At least I have a foot. But now how do I know where my 1/4 inch seam allowance is? So I went out in the shop and I looked at this. And we've actually talked about this before. But now I'm actually, what is the fabric for the Loud and Bold called? Like the main fabric? It's part of Carnival. By QT. Is it by QT?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Carnival by QT. That's the fabric, Hillary. So anyways, I had found these at Market, and I looked at them, but since I haven't been doing a lot of sewing, I hadn't actually got it on my machine. Well, now I need a guide, right? So I went out and I pulled one of these, and I thought, well, I got to do something. And I remembered this. So what you do is that in this package, you'll see that there is a little seam guide, and then, I don't know if you can tell, but they're kind of like on that foam with the guide there. And then there's an instruction sheet that comes with this on how to do it. So what you do, and I don't know if you're gonna be able to see this very well, but can you see the little notch? So you actually put your needle in the down position, whatever. I tend to use mine in the center position if your needle is movable. That's where I like to keep it. And then you hook that around your needle while it's in the down position and snug it in tight. And then you take one of these little, where'd they go?
What are you looking at?
There. Take one of these and you take the sticky paper off and you snug it in somewhere on here, wherever you like it to go. I kind of like it down, just kind of part way down a little bit, and then stick it on your machine. And it's on my machine, but the machine's a little heavy. I'm thinking this is going to have to go on the featherweight too. So then I've got this, and because it's slightly raised, it's kind of like that foam tape, your fabric will ride it. So we're going to try and lift this up and show you. I don't know if you can see it, but can you see how that sits? Okay. So I was sewing with that, and I did some testing, and I had a beautiful, beautiful 1/4 inch, scant 1/4 inch seam. One of the best seams I've ever done. It stayed tidy. It stayed perfectly on, even though I was using an open-toe foot. So that sold me on it. So I thought I was going to remind you all that we have these available. We will get more. They work really well. Now, if you have a drop-in bobbin, you will have to take this off to change bobbins, which is part of why you get multiples, but it'll restick a couple of times, okay? Just be gentle with it. But we all know that when we piece, if our seams are perfect, well, as perfect as we can make them, everything comes together better, especially with half square triangles and 1/4 square triangles, because you don't want to be stretching or pulling on that fabric and skewing it up, and then you lose your points. And, you know, at that point, what is the reason that we're doing this? Because you lose our points. So I like to say that this is a really great option to get that 1/4 inch, especially if you're someone who maybe struggles a little bit with 1/4 inch like me. I get in too much of a rush. None of you do that, right? None of you do that. None of you get in a rush and find out that you don't have 1/4 inch, you have 3/8 of an inch. And you know what? It doesn't come together when you do that. Isn't that a shame? I'm also thinking if I move from machine to machine, this may help. Because sometimes you can have that little bit of difference in your feet between machines. So I'm wondering if this would help. I'm really curious about that. All right, so that's sold 105, the Seam Guide Setter. There's various products out there. I really like this one. This one was really easy to set up. Works great with your featherweight and right height for piecework. Exactly, Mary, I agree. It's the right height for piecework. When I was doing this, it slid right along so nicely, much better than I've ever done. I'm actually really excited to use it because I was so pleased with how it turned out and the seams I was doing so much better. So it comes just like this. Okay? All right. As I said, it was going to be short and sweet tonight, but I wanted to show you. We've got St. Patrick's Day coming, but right on the heels of that is Easter. And isn't this the most adorable pattern? These cute little bunnies, and it's all words. It says, "Honey, my bunny," and "There's nothing as pure and sweet," "My bundle of fun," and it's just these beautiful little bunnies with a baby bunny and all in a flower. So Naomi had the idea. We've got birds watching. It's just so cute. Naomi had the wonderful idea. She loves piano keyboarders. We featured them before. So she put together this panel with the piano keyboarder strips, cuts of fabric ready to strip. And you just strip your fabric, sew it together, okay, like this, and then cut your strips 4.5 inches. Now Naomi does a quick top stitch along the top and bottom so that it won't stretch and move as you're attaching it. So she does that really quick on the strip set. Then she sews it into the panel, and you get this beautiful piano keyboarder, and you just have some fun with that. They're all the same fabric line. This is called Bumbleberries. However, I think it's misnamed. I think it should be called Bubblicious. So in the shop, if you hear me say Bubblicious, this is what I'm talking about. We have it in several different colorways. It's a really fun, has a teensy bit of a shimmer to it. I think it kind of reminds me of Easter eggs up on the quilt. And this will finish you off just fine, okay? Backing obviously is not included. But it's $19.99, great, quick. When you piano key border a panel, you can get that whipped together in just a couple of hours. Get your backing on, free motion quilted on your machine with just a meander, and you can be done quick as a button, and it's just $19.99. So go ahead and take a look. Hey Naomi, there she is. So this is called Bundle of Joy and Bumbleberries. And it's the piano key border around this quilt here. So I'm going to get out of the way so you can see this. It's just so cute. This is a 24-inch panel. And then these are right about 4.5 inches. With the binding, that's about where it finishes, 4 to 4.5 inches. So just cute as can be. Just a cute little fun little Easter project that you can do. And see, she chose to put the bumbleberries on the back as well. Backing is not included.
True.
What? Did you not see it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Backing is not included. But we do have various colors of it in the shop. So there's an option. All right. Any questions tonight? I told you it was going to be short and sweet. Real quick one tonight. Next week we will have a show. It'll probably be a short show then too, because next Friday, Saturday, and Sunday here in Tucson, the Tucson Quilters Guild are hosting their annual quilt fiesta at the fairgrounds off Houghton Road here in Tucson. If you are going to be in the area, I strongly recommend you go. They're going to have over 300 quilts. They've got traditional quilts, modern quilts, art quilts, kids quilts, all sorts of different things, and applique, and anyway, really great show. They've worked very hard this year to make it a really great experience. So I hope you plan to, if you are in the area, plan to be there. We will have a booth, so come and see us. We've been getting things in and holding them for that. So there'll be some things that you'll see there, and some things that'll be new, and everything else. So we hope you come and see us. And then in 2 weeks, on the first weekend in March, we will be at the Hummingbird Stitchers show down in Sierra Vista, about an hour and a half south and east of Tucson. So if you're going to be in the area there, Make sure you do that. And then 2 weeks after that, we'll be at Canoa Ranch down by Green Valley. So we have got lots of booths. So if you're not close to the shop, but you are in the greater Tucson area, watch for those shows and see if you can drop in and say hi to us. So we'd love to see you. I'll be there for a lot of them, but I won't be there for everything. So you'll be able to talk with some of my staff too. Okie dokie, that's everything tonight, guys. I hope you've had fun. Like I said, short and sweet. Thank you so much for joining in, and I really appreciate it when you comment. It makes it a lot of fun for me, and it makes me realize that I actually have people out there that are talking to me and I'm not talking to Carl. It's how I feel sometimes, I'm never sure. So I appreciate your comments. Happy sewing, everyone. Take care and stay warm. See you soon.